Hey traders, my name is Alexander Nikitin and welcome to the MPS 5 demonstration and tutorial video. In my previous video I was telling you how to install the MPS 5.2, how to set your MetaTrader for correct work with MPS 5.2. I also told you how you should set the drawing buffers of the indicator, and I also told you how to set the ID of that indicator, how to use 2, 4, 3, 5 indicators at the same time on one chart, and also explained you the algorithms that I use to find the price extremes, the turning point, the pivot points, the swing highs, swing lows, the termination of waves, or whatever you call these market phenomena. And also I explained you the patterns that are available. I explained you the harmonic group, harmonic approach, and the advanced approach patterns. Okay, and now it's turn to explain other functions that I call additional functions, and the functions that I call filters. Okay, let's give it the first run. Double click to set it, and we'll have it. One of those functions is the switch between on and off. So I showed you that in the first video, and I will simply remind you that you can draw the pattern according, let's say, daily information, yes, and let's say with fractals. So you draw the pattern with fractals and you switch that off, and if you go to lower time frame, the patterns stay according to that daily information, and you can trade them based on these lower time frame techniques. Okay, to quickly switch them on and off, use your keyboard keys. If you if you press Q, it will stay on. If you press W, it will turn into off. So you see that what I do on my keyboard, it is the same as I press on this button. So keep that in mind, that you have also keyboard controls. Okay, then what else do we have? If you press S on your keyboard, you will enter the deletion mode. So what is your picture? If you press S, will be deleted, but not patterns, of course. If you wish the patterns to be deleted, you press off and you delete them. Okay, next what you have is the number of ATRs, as I call it, ATR net. So if you, for example, wish to place your stop loss 2-3 ATRs above this X point, let me place that horizontal line here, yes. So you wish to place 3 ATRs above this X point, simply press Z on your keyboard and then left click, and you have 1 ATR above it, 2 ATR, 3 ATR. These ATRs are ATR period 5000, so it is the average true range of the candle period 5000. And you also have these ATRs, 1 ATR, 2 ATR, 3 ATR displayed here. If you wish to draw ATRs, you know that 3 ATR is 344, 2 ATR is 229, and 1 ATR is 114. So they are also period 5000. Okay, that's it about the additional functions. What else you have? You have time left till the candle close, and you have spread on your comment section displayed. Okay, another additional function that is available in Pro is the manual drawing algorithm. So let us switch to that manual drawing algorithm and let me show it to you. It is also available in the manual version, so instead of automatic algorithms, you have it manual. There are two modes how you can draw pattern. One of them is the first one, the fast one, and it is called a diagonal mode. So if you press A on your keyboard and then you click to your potential C point, and potential X point. So diagonally you will draw the pattern. So if you click it here to here, so you can draw it manually according to your eye or whatever. And if it coincides with some pattern, if it coincides with something that you can analyze that looks like pattern, then it will be drawn. Okay. Also you have additional function, that is the old school drawing method, X to A to B to C method. So you just click on C point. Yes, you go to X to A to B to C to D, and this time it was a harmonic pattern. If we switch to advanced, press X to delete S to delete them all, and let's draw them from the very beginning. So it is the same Gartley formation. Of course you can draw them on your history as well. Manual, MPS 5 manual and Pro, they are not limited in history. You can draw them. The automatic is the only one that is limited in history. You not drawn patterns further than 500 bars back into history. Okay, with manual functions you can also draw patterns on empty space, something of this kind, and if it fits the criteria, then it will be analyzed and drawn. Okay, here are the manual functions that are available in manual and in Pro. Okay, then you should keep in mind that not all the patterns are available in limited versions. Manual doesn't have all the patterns. Manual only has Gartley, Bat, Cipher and Butterfly. Pro has everything, and automatic has only Gartley, Bat, Cipher and Butterflies. And if you switch to harmonic patterns, manual has Gartley, Bat, Crab and Butterfly, and automatic has Gartley, Bat, Crab and Butterfly, but Pro has them all. Pro is the only that has them all. The only difference between manual and auto is that manual is using manual algorithm and automatic is using price extreme algorithm. Other algorithms are disabled for both, so only price extreme or manual. Manual for manual, price extreme for automatic. Hope you see the difference between the limited versions and the Pro version. Next, what are the next functions? The function of backtesting is one of the most important functions. This is why it was created, to do the backtest. Simply patterns appear by default. They appear if you go back into history. The deeper you go, more patterns are drawn like this. You simply need to calculate the performance. What is the best way to execute the pattern, where to place the stop loss. You just simply draw it. You don't need to stretch any fibs. You have the pattern already drawn on the chart. You see, many times it works okay, sometimes it doesn't work very much okay. You just calculate the probabilities. What if this, what if that? And this is very important. But you cannot do this fast backtest with automatic. So, but what I suggest you to do, instead of doing fast backtest, you can run the automatic, you can run manual, you can run Pro in strategy tester, visual tester strategy. What you need to do is to open this strategy tester. For example, we have this 5.2 automatic version. So you choose the pair that you downloaded. It is important that you download, because the strategy tester will play bars that you have on history. You use the mode. I like that only price bars that are formed, that are completed. I don't want the price section within the bar because it is very monotonous. Okay, and then you go to indicator properties and you set your initial settings. They are the same that we had explained in our stuff. So it works in Strategy Tester, and it is the best way for you to practice pattern recognition, practice master your skills of trading, doing the so-called paper trade. Okay, you set the date, what to start, when to end. I just use from 1 year or something, but you can, if you disable that, it will start from the very beginning of your chart. Okay, this is the speed. If you disable that, well, you cannot. You should make sure that you are running indicator, and here you choose your indicators. So MPS Auto will be for demonstration, but it is similar for MPS Pro, MPS Manual, or whatever. So what I suggest you to do is simply play it. Let us go. You go to start. Now it loads. Okay, and you see the bars are printing real time. So what I want to do is to set some properties of my chart. I go to colors, and I wish the bars look this black and white. Yes, and I don't want moving average, and I wish them be slightly smaller. I want automatic scroll. What else I want? I disable these patterns. I enable custom patterns only. Okay, and let me run it. So you see, when it runs, we have these drawing tools. Okay, we can also stop it, and we can run it using F12. If I press F12, it goes and places one by one. So let me choose the journal, what it says. Upgrade to MPS Pro to unlock the algorithm. So you see what happens when I click on that. You have an alert, so we cannot switch to custom. So what we have here is the Gottlieb, BAT, Cypher, but because it is auto, it is not the Pro. And now we have patterns, so they appear real time as price moves on and on and on. So you see, if it is invalidated, it will be recalculated. Okay, you see, so these are the patterns. So you practice it this way, playing with your skills, playing with the market. Appear one by one. Let me disable this grid, period separators, I suppose. Period separators. Okay, now it looks much better. So you see it this way. You can also go to some settings, to your indicator settings, MPS Auto, maybe change some color from this gray to magenta and make it a bit thick. Just go here, and you see it changed. Okay, something of this kind. You cannot, you see, it is available in Pro, you cannot change your algorithm here. Upgrade for Pro to unlock the change function. Okay, and you cannot change manual, you cannot change Pro. Okay, if we go here back, if we stop it, and if we choose the Pro version, MPS 5.2 Pro instead of that, and we have another run. Yes, so what do we actually have as this? Let's have some patterns. Let's minimize that. Auto scroll, and I will press F2 to print patterns. And you can see I can also switch to some other algorithms. So now they are calculated according to another algorithm, like this. And I can switch to commodity channel index. Now the patterns are drawn according to this different algorithm. I can switch to, let's say, fractals, maybe price close if you wish it. If you wish this to be a price close, and if we have a pattern, it will appear. So you see, here was the pattern and it appeared. Of course, we can also display custom patterns. So you do it this way. With automatic function, you can also perform the backtest. Yes. The only limitation for the backtest with strategy tester is that not all the algorithms are available and not all the patterns are available, but you can start from whatever date. Yes, you cannot perform the fast backtest as you can do it with Pro. For example, if I go here to 1 hour and I go home, and my starting date is July 2010 because of 500 bars, not 500, 50,000 bars limitation. Yes, and I can see my patterns displayed here. Let me disable this and this and this, and I only want to see what I want to see, and I simply do the backtest, do that calculations for that. So with Pro, it is much faster to do the so-called eye test, how it performs, and if it performs good, it is recommended that you do the additional testing in strategy tester, and you choose something that control points or every tick, so you know the price action within the candle. For example, if I run it here just to show you the difference. Yes, so pay attention to the candles. So you see what candle does? It is not printed as it is. It is just having the movement within the candle. This way you can do the more precise backtest. Well, backtesting is monotonous, backtesting is that time consuming, and if you wish to be a successful trader, you need to do that. You see, every time I click, price changes, so it changes to control points, and here it is, changes to control points. Okay, so you will play it with the strategy tester yourself. Well, what are another functions of the MPS 5? I call them filters, and the first filter is this. Let's go here. The first filter is a direction filter. Where are the filters? Direction. So for example, you have found an uptrend and you only want these bull patterns to be displayed, or you have found a downtrend, you only want bearish patterns to be displayed. Well, just look at this. If we enable bearish, yes, if we enable bearish, only bearish patterns are there, and if we enable both, there will be both bullish and bearish, both. You see, pay attention to this cipher, pay attention to this bullish butterfly, bullish this, and bearish butterfly. And if we go enable only bullish bull patterns, then we only will have bullish patterns, so bearish patterns disappear. Okay, another filter is the size filter. So you go here, and this one, it is based on ATR. It is the size filter. So if you go here, if you set your minimum size as 1 ATR, your maximum size as 34 ATR, you won't have any patterns that are less than 1 ATR and that are more than 34 ATR. The filter is applied to your initial leg, the X to A leg, so it is not less than 1 ATR. If you set this to 10 ATR, you will never have a pattern that XA leg is less than 10 ATR. Okay, So you see all these patterns disappeared because they are very small, and only those that are greater than 10 ATR, the X to A is greater than 10 ATR, only those are displayed. This is a very good filter as well, to have that skip very small patterns, because small patterns are typically noise, something of this kind. Okay, then let's go disable this filter. At least make it a bit wider range of this filter, wider range, and you see we have smaller patterns on the chart. Another filter is the previous movement filter, and I call it multiplier. So the previous movement is the movement that is previous to X to A leg, and let me draw it. So this is the pattern, like this, and the movement previous to X to A is this one. For example, if this movement from here to here is very small if compared to the X to A, if it is only less than 1/3 of X to A, then this movement maybe is very shallow, and this is not a good starting point for a pattern. Yes, because the previous movement is not is very shallow. So you can set this as a filter. So 1/3 is this, or you wish this to be 1/5 or 1/2 of the X to A. So if you set it 1/2, you see the bad disappeared. The bad that we had here, it disappeared. So what I want to pay attention, this previous movement that was prior to this X to A, it disappeared. You see it? So if I disable that filter and I only enable, where is that filter? After algorithms we have filters. 1/3. This is 1/3. 0.33 is 1/3. Then it will be enough, because this one is 1/3 and the pattern appears back. Okay, it is said that these patterns initially were created as a reversal pattern, reversal and consolidation patterns. So how can you apply that knowledge that the patterns should be reversal or consolidation? So first you have this, and a reversal pattern is something that is here. Obviously this previous movement is greater than this XA. Yes, this is what is called a reversal pattern. And a consolidation pattern is the one that moves from one border to another border, something like this. Yes, okay, if it is something that moves this way, then the pattern should be this kind, something here. Yes, it will be a good pattern, or maybe something here. And what you have, that the previous movement, let me have it this way, yes, that the previous movement, if compared to X point, it is almost the same size as the X point. So if you choose that 7/8 or 2/3 of previous, then you will mostly pick those patterns that had previous movement pretty large. Just imagine you have this pattern, yes, this one, and imagine that the previous movement was that from here, and of course you have this. It is very high probability that you have a kind of range, and these patterns are working very well within the range. So if you enable the indicator this way, so this will also can disappear. If you enable the indicator this way, then filters, yes, instead of this you type it 7/8, let's say a retest of previous movement. Of course, all the patterns will disappear which have previous movement not that prominent. So you see this previous movement is okay, that's why the pattern stays. This one has a previous movement okay, that's why the pattern is on the chart. Let me enable that custom patterns. This one previous movement is okay, it is greater than 786 of the pattern. And this one is okay, it has the movement that sticks out. So hope you got the idea of this filter. Okay. Okay. And another filter is the B2C filter. To explain this filter, let me use this cipher. So B2C filter is that the movement which is x to a, the movement that is x to a, typically it should be straight and it should go straight to completion. At least it should be straight all the way through it hits the B point. You see? All the way till it hits the B point. It should be straight movement. It should not be that kind of movement. Yes? So it should be straight. So how can you perform that filter? It is very simple. If you wish the patterns not be shown if they do not exceed the B point with a straight movement, you simply type this. I don't want to be shown the patterns that do not exceed the B point, so I simply type 1 here. So what it means, you see, 1. So if you suppose that this movement is x to A to B, B to C, and 1 BC means that the opposite movement should be at least equal to previous movement or greater. Yes, so it should be at least equal to that. That's why the pattern disappeared. You see that? If we disable that and we say, okay, it's enough to have a movement which is not equal to BC coefficient, it is enough to have 0.786, and then you will have this. According to my market research, the best patterns are those that have this B2C leg more than 1. So BC coefficient should be more than 1. This is the filter that helps a lot. So only those patterns that violated the B point will be displayed. And you see, this one violated the B point, this one violated the B point. The line on the indicator shows that the movement is straight. It is one line, it is not 2 lines, 3 lines, or whatever. So you only will have those patterns that go straight to at least the B point. If not to the completion point, but to the B point, they go straight. So this is the another filter, and it filters very many random formations that are not true patterns but kind of random. Okay, well, that's it about filters, and we don't have anything else, I suppose. So if I go to filters, yes, then we have these settings. Now you have complete understanding of all the functions available in MPS 5.2. You know the difference between the MPS Pro, MPS Auto, MPS Manual. Basically, Manual and Auto are the same indicators, but limited because not all functions work. Not all functions are available for you. Okay, so I think that's it. This is the final video, and what is the rest is up to you. You simply do the market research, because the MPS 5 was created to do that market research, to study these patterns, to learn the price action for these patterns, to have a profitable trading. It is not something that simply copy something that is written in the book and trade it blindly. No, it gives you an opportunity to check it. If you wish it to be as advanced patterns, yes, then you choose advanced patterns. If you wish it to be as harmonic patterns, then you choose the harmonic patterns, yes. If you don't wish it neither this nor that, you code your own pattern, and it will be very, very much okay if you trade only your own pattern, yes. And of course you can use it. Too many filters applied, I suppose. No patterns displayed for a long period of time. Let's have it 0.786 and previous multiplier 0.3. Okay, and instead of bullish, let's have them. Oh, no, let's have both. I think this is the course, the reason, yes. And of course, you see, every time I change the settings, the control panel adopts the settings. It synchronizes the settings. Although I switched that to custom, yes, and then when I change the settings, blah blah blah, I changed something actually, so it adopts what I changed in settings, and it is very wonderful thing about this. Okay, so simply doing that market research, you can also create your own patterns and see how they perform. This way, look at this way. So the reversal seemed to be very good, didn't hit that. This way seems to be invalidated, but look at the price action on a lower time frame, maybe. Price action for this pattern on a lower time frame. We don't have price action on lower time frame because 2014 is the date for that. It simply doesn't have that data. Okay, these lines help you to understand if you have a straight movement or you have a choppy movement. For example, here it may seem to you that you have 1, 2, 3 movement, zigzagging movement, but in fact the algorithm draws only one line, and that's why it is not choppy movement. It is not this. So okay, hope you understood that, and if you have some questions, shoot me a message either on TradingView or maybe in comments in YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And until then, good luck and good trading. Hope to see you soon.